Coming to you all the way from Norfolk, Virginia, Go On Podcast presents How Embarrassing with Molly and Jeff.
How embarrassing!
How embarrassing!
How embarrassing! La 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 la.
Yellow leather, red yeller.
Hey everybody, welcome to How Embarrassing is the podcast about all of our embarrassing lives. My name's Molly.
And I'm Jeff.
Hey.
Hey, we're back. And guess what?
What?
Today is National Margarita Day.
Really?
Yeah.
That seems random.
22nd.
The 22nd of February is National Margarita Day.
Yeah, all day.
That I feel like that should be in May or in the summer.
Oh, you're talking about the National Margarita Day. That's in May. That's in May.
Well, what's today?
International Margarita Day.
Oh. Got it. I stand corrected.
Duh.
Well,
You don't know geography too well, do you?
yeah.
You see, it's hot under the equator right now.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
besides right now, I actually did embarrass myself this past week.
Tell us.
As did I.
We both did. I think on the same night too, to be honest.
Yes, I believe so.
So I was drinking in a shocking twist of events. I was drinking alcohol, and I made Barrett Sigmund, friend of the podcast, my boyfriend, hottest man alive, take me to the McDonald's drive-thru. And we're in the drive-thru, and I'm pretty drunk. And there's really nothing worse than a drunk white girl at a drive-thru. Like, I was a monster. And so this poor woman is trying to take my order. I'm trying to get a Shamrock Shake because that's my jam. I love that artificial green flavor.
Love it.
And so I order, and she's like, "Okay, what size do you want?" And most of this was retold to me by my boyfriend. But I said, "What sizes do you have?" And the lady said, "Small, medium, and large."
The classic sizes.
Yes. Like, what sizes do you? I think they have. And I went baby size. And there was this long pause, and the lady just goes, "So I'll put you down for a small?" And Barrett was like, "Yes, that will be fine, ma'am."
Oh my god, he must have been so embarrassed.
And I asked another question apparently too, and the lady didn't understand me and was like, "What?" And I said, "Never mind, baby size." So yeah, I really embarrassed myself. And now Barrett keeps calling everything baby size.
I thought you were going to tell the story about like a good, 30 minutes before that happened. How you decided to just like drool beer out of your mouth onto yourself while you were sitting on the couch.
What the fuck?
Just like take a whole fucking sip of beer, not swallow, and then slowly open your mouth while you're sitting on a couch.
Okay, in my defense, I forgot that I had liquid in my mouth.
Yeah, same.
Okay. I'll take that. Okay. This was my roommate, Austin Gamlin, friend of the pod's birthday. So we had a couple drinks with a tiny, tiny little crowd.
Our micro bubble.
And it turns out I got very drunk as well because I woke up. I went to go to sleep around 2 a.m. and I could not find my phone charger. And many people borrowed it that night. I was very mad, so I picked up my phone and I was like, "Who took my phone charger? I can't find it, blah, blah, blah." And I hit like send, and then like 2 seconds later I find it. But I didn't want to respond and seem like a fool. I didn't want to seem like a fool in front of my friends, so I just went to sleep with my phone on the charger. And I like woke up to a picture sent to me of my phone charger on my desk at work. And they were like, "It's still here." Like, what? And I look at the group chat, and I did it again.
Oops.
I'm the king of sending messages to the wrong group chat. I sent it to my work group chat.
You constantly are sending messages to the wrong group chat.
iPhone needs to solve this issue for me.
Agreed.
Okay, here's the thing. How come there are a lot of group chats out there, and you're the only one I know that has this, like, severe of a problem? Most people this happens to. It happens every once in a while, but for you, I feel like it's near constant.
You think there's like counseling out there for that specific issue?
I don't know, but that kind of reminds me of our sponsor today.
Oh, yeah.
It happened again. You woke up one morning, you looked at your phone, and you have all these messages that you don't quite understand. You look into your phone, and you notice your giant thumbs hit the wrong buttons, and you've texted the wrong group chat.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I did it again. Fuck.
You're frantic. You're searching for an answer.
Oh, I text my mom.
You texted your mom something really graphic. I think Jeff froze, but I'm here to tell you that there is a solution.
What is it?
That's right, everybody. The How Embarrassing podcast is sponsored by flip phones. That's right. We're not going to have this damn group message problem if you just go back to those Stone Age brick phones, everybody. So if you go to nokia.com/howembarrassing, you can get your brick flip phone sent directly to your door. Use promo code Jeff for 10% off and free shipping.
Hey, it's me, Matthew McConaughey, and I just bought myself a Nokia flip phone, and all right.
And we're back. Jeff's back too, and Matthew McConaughey stopped by.
That's crazy.
Wow, Jeff, you missed a lot.
Yeah, what happened?
I know. It completely blacked out on my screen, and I couldn't hear or see anything.
Gosh.
Were you the one that blacked out, or was your computer? And be honest.
Okay, it is International Margarita.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, if it's not clear to everyone by this point, me and Jeff both have pretty severe drinking problems. So let's bring on our... Please help us. Let's bring on our guest.
Are you going to introduce the guest? Or just
Sorry.
bring on the guest?
Jeff looked like he was about to talk.
Why are you guys so awkward, like 100 episodes in? Is this ever going to sort itself out?
I just think it's funny that it would take someone 80 episodes of listening to us to figure out we have drinking issues.
Yeah.
There's AA meetings all over the city.
Donna Lewis!
Everybody. Please welcome our special guest, comedian Donna Lewis.
Good evening out there in podcast land.
Hello.
Now, Donna, you revealed to me and Jeff before the podcast even started that you have never listened to a podcast and don't know where to even begin to listen to podcasts.
Whoa.
I don't listen to them in general. There's one, actually, a girl that I was roommates with in New Orleans when I was down there for a comedy festival, started a podcast. And every so often, I might turn into hers. She has had Seth Rogen on her podcast, the people from 90 Day Fiance on her podcast, and the people from that show P-Valley on her podcast. And because I'm interested in some of them things, and I've listened to them. That's probably the one I have listened to. Maybe around 5-6 minutes.
So after listening to the first beginning part of this podcast, do you think you'll definitely tune in?
I probably will. No, I'm telling it. I'm telling a fib. I probably have listened to that young lady's podcast, the whole thing, maybe twice because it's really interesting.
Okay.
Well, that's the thing with really good podcasts.
You were on a long drive.
You kind of like, you lose time. You're like, oh my God, that was an hour long. I just sat down and started listening and I couldn't stop.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike this podcast.
With this podcast, it's like, oh my God, it's only been 10 minutes. What the fuck?
And it's really like, it's funny that we're in the digital age, but I'd be damned if we don't went back to 40s and we listen to damn radio again, basically.
Right? I feel like everything cycles around.
Mm-hmm.
Right, it does.
Like I was looking at reading this article the other day, and it was showing pictures of like FDR and like other presidents around that time as kids, and they wore little dresses and had long blonde hair.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what?
And yeah, and like it was like high heels were originally for men, dresses were for little boys until they turned like 10. They always wore dresses, and it's just funny to think of like what people get mad about nowadays, and they're like, everything's going crazy, and you're like, I mean, it kind of cycles around. Like everyone's just kind of making it up as we go along.
I have lived long enough to see shit repeat over and over again.
Right. Right.
So, Donna, are you embarrassed to be here today?
No.
All right.
Like I said, I've lived long enough to be embarrassed by a whole bunch of shit.
Well, let's get into it. Have you come prepared with a story to share of embarrassment?
The one thing that pops out in my head, and I don't know if I've told it anywhere else before. I don't know if I have, but it's the time that I took a dead dog to the vet.
Oh, what the fuck?
Okay.
What a title to a story.
Start from the beginning. How did you even get into this predicament?
Okay, well, back in the 80s, before all of you were even conceived, although I'm sure your parents were trying.
They tried for 20 years.
Something like that.
Yeah. I lived in New York City. I had come home from college. I moved back to Harlem, and I had a little white Pekingese that kind of like got passed around from everybody in the family. She lived with my sister. She lived with my mother in Georgia, and she finally ended up with me in New York City. Well, her name was Beijing. She was so cute. I can't get a picture of her, but since this is radio, basically, you ain't gonna be able to see her. But she was a little white Pekingese, and she was so cute. But Beijing had a problem. Beijing had seizures.
Ooh.
She had grand mal, stick in her mouth, falling out seizures. And I mean, one time, and when she had these seizures, she would fall out. She would just collapse. She would pee, and she would like yelp at the top of her lungs.
Wow!
Did it sound like it sounded like a hot tea kettle going off,
like
right?
Somebody was like. I mean, loud.
Oh, okay.
That's terrifying.
Well, one time I had her in the train station at Metro North. I was going from Harlem to Stamford, Connecticut, because this is part of a piece of the story. I had a boyfriend that lived in Stamford, Connecticut, which was about an hour ride on Metro North from Central Harlem to Stamford. And one time I was waiting in the waiting room for the train to come, and I had her in a little carrying case, and she had a seizure.
Oh.
And she started, and these two cops start running.
Oh no.
Towards me. And this is before they had video cameras, so I didn't know what the fuck they was going to do to me.
Oh.
I didn't know if they thought I was committing a crime or I was hurting somebody, and they were screaming.
Right.
And, it's just, my stories today is all about dogs and their medical conditions. So I got two of them. Now I got a second one in my head now that I'm talking about. Beijing, that was her name. she had seizures, and they were getting worse. And I took her to the vet, and the vet was like, "Well, we could try to see what's wrong with her. We could cut her head open, and that'll cost $900. But we can't guarantee that if she's gonna be fixed."
Right.
So you gonna lobotomize my dog for $900, and she's still gonna have seizures?
Right.
No, thank you.
That sounds like a
Beijing
scam.
back home, and kept her comfortable. Well, one day I went to work. You would leave her in the apartment, and this is like 1983, 84, something like that. So I took her home. Got back home, and like all dogs, they curl up in a little ball when they're asleep, right?
Yeah.
Well, when I went reached down to pet her, she was hard as a brick.
Oh, fuck.
And I freaked out.
Oh, yeah.
So I had never, we had plenty of dogs, but they would get hit by a car or something, and then, you never see them again. I don't know.
Yeah,
I never seen a dead dog up close.
Yeah.
When I touched her, she was hard as she looked like she was sleeping. And like I said, I freaked out. I was like, ah! I mean, I went screaming out the apartment.
You started making the seizure noises.
Yeah. And so I go screaming out the apartment. I go find a neighbor to call my boyfriend at the time in Stamford, Connecticut, to come get her because I called the vet hospital because it was too late to go to my neighborhood vet in Harlem. Right. So there was this huge animal hospital in New York City that was probably as big as a Centera.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
It was a 6-story, nothing but the circus animals with the zoo animals. I mean, you could see anything walk up in. I mean, they had all kind of veterinarians for any kind of animal.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
I had a hospital card for her, everything.
Wow.
So I called them up, and I said I was hysterical, and they were like, my dog, she's hard and they were like, ma'am, well, what you should do is just bring her in so we can make sure that she's dead.
Oh, God.
What?
So in the meantime, I'm not going back.
Hold on. They didn't have any at-home tests you could do to see if this dog was dead.
They were like, "Does it feel stiff?"
I was hysterical, so maybe there was a chance. Maybe they could go ka-chunk and zap her and she could come back to life like Frankenstein or some shit. I don't know. Anyway, so I called my boyfriend hysterical. I was like, I don't want to go back in there. I got to take her to the hospital and make sure she get examined. Okay, so now I got to wait for him to come from Stamford, Connecticut to Harlem for an hour so we could take the dog to the hospital.
Yeah.
So you waited an hour. That's more precious time that...
Right. So... he gets there in the same little position that she was curled up in the ball. When we opened up the door, she was still in that position. So he had a car. So we was able to drive from Harlem to the hospital. Okay, now think of this. Where I lived in Harlem, it was kind of say like Williamsburg. The place where the hospital was say in Hampton. So we talking, maybe a 40-minute drive because all traffic in Manhattan is horrible anyway.
Right.
So say we're going from Williamsburg to Hampton. So he comes, the dog is still curled up in the ball, look like she's asleep, hard as a brick. He puts her in a plastic garbage bag.
Ugh.
He puts the plastic garbage bag in his trunk.
At this point, you decided it was dead.
No, I still had to go make sure.
Yeah.
Because I was hysterical. I love this dog. So the dog is in a plastic bag, closed up in the trunk, and we proceed to drive from, just say, Williamsburg to Hampton or from Harlem to 60th Street and York Avenue in New York City. And of course, New York roads are bumpy and hard, and we're bumping and back and forth in traffic, trying to get from Harlem to Midtown Manhattan, which is not with a dog that I'm have to make sure is dead, that's in a plastic bag, hard as a brick. Okay. So we finally get to the hospital. And we open the trunk, we look in the bag, the dog is in the same position. And we take the plastic bag closed up and we sit in the waiting room. So now we gotta wait to be seen.
You're sitting there with the dog in the bag.
The dog in a closed up plastic bag. So we wait and we wait and we get the dog in the examination room. My boyfriend puts the dog up on the metal examination table and she sounds like this. Oh, God. Table. I mean, if the sound of a brick going into a metal garbage can, a metal bucket is what it sounded like.
Oh.
So we get in there and the doctor comes in and he looks at her and she's in the same curled up ball she was.
Oh, poor.
She was like 3 hours ago when I found her. And the vet looks at her and said, "Ma'am, your dog is dead. That'll be $60."
Oh, no.
They didn't even try to zap her?
No zapping, no mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, no IV drip, nothing.
No, they looked at it.
Shot, nothing.
They lured you into bringing your dead dog in so they could get $60.
I took
They tricked you.
So therefore, I took a dead dog to the vet.
Oh my God!
In a plastic bag.
I mean, I don't think I've ever heard like a story about a dog dying that was hilarious, but that was fucking hilarious.
That was
like it's so sad when like a dog. I mean, of course, it was sad. Also, I mean.
I
was so stupid and hysterical that I took a dog that was in way past rigor mortis.
hard as a brick. And I feel like your boyfriend was probably just humoring you.
He
was.
It's
like
I said, if you heard this, if you could think of the sound of a brick going into a metal bucket, that's what the hell the dog sounded like when she got on the examination table.
God, that's fucking morbid.
My dream is to now write a children's book with like all the pictures and everything of that story. I think that's an important thing for children to learn.
And I got a second dog story.
Oh my gosh. Let's get I just picture you in this like fancy animal hospital, and I know this is probably not what it looked like, but I picture you in a room with the plastic bag and like giraffes sitting next to you and like a hippo with a toothache or
right
something. Like
this guy with like he has like a neck brace on his lion.
People could showed up at their hospital fucking mountain lion. That's the kind of hospital it was.
Yeah, that's great for that children's book, Jeff. It's gonna be good.
Yeah. I really want to turn this into one.
Let's hear this other dog story.
Yes.
The title of this second story is my dog's dick broke?
Oh my God. It's a franchise. We have a franchise now. Multiple books.
And this dog is sitting right here now. The one that I posted on Facebook yesterday. He was on TV Saturday.
Yeah.
Bear.
Yeah. Bear.
He's famous.
Oh, I know Bear. I've seen Bear.
Bear is a humper.
Oh, bear is a
Right.
humper.
Bear and I have that in common.
First line
Bear
of
is
the book.
a humper. Bear is a humper. Bear is a humper.
Oh.
Wow, Matt's really
There
getting
is
into it.
Hey, wow.
There is the R. Kelly of canines.
Oh.
This is a franchise. Jeff is my dog blank series. Is my dog's dick
Dead?
broken? Is my dog dead?
Yeah.
And it's just
No.
2 pages long, and it's like, yes, that'll be $60. End of story.
Yes, that will be $60.
That's what she said. Ah!
Ah.
Anyway, Bear is a humper. He humps all the guests when they come over here. He humps. I had to throw all away. You know those little dog cozy beds. I had to throw all of those away because he was attacking them.
Oh.
Wow.
He would hump the stuff. He would hump and chew at it. I'm like, if he was a human, he'd be a biter.
Oh my gosh.
Mm.
Hot.
Hot.
Right.
So Bear was always humping stuff, and it's a bad habit I haven't been able to break. But so he had one of his little beds in here before I threw it out finally. And he was humping his bed, and I wasn't paying attention to him, and I next thing I hear is him whimpering.
Oh no.
I'm like, what's wrong with him? And I look over, and his little pink Slim Jim is stuck on the outside of his body.
Uh-oh.
What?
Yes. And I'm like, ew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he looked like he was in pain because he was whimpering and crying, kind of like the dog when she had seizures.
Oh,
Oh
no.
my god.
Not
So
again.
he's whimpering. So I don't know what to do. Kind of like when I found the dead dog. I'm like, I call a vet. I call the emergency vet.
The emergency.
And this has got to be the most hilarious story you have ever heard. Well, I get the nurse on the phone or whoever answers the phone. And I said, ma'am, I don't even know how to even tell you what's the emergency. The best way I can say is, I'm not sure if my dog dick is broke. His little pink, he was humping his stuff, and is stuck outside his body. He looked like he's in pain. And she said, well, you could either, I said, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Do I ice it? Do I apply heat? Do I elevate it? What the hell am I supposed to do?
Apply pressure and heat back and forth.
Right. And so so in the meantime, she's laughing her ass off. I said, so she says, ma'am, she said, look, if it doesn't retract or go back in 30 minutes, she said, bring him in. And I'm like, I gotta look at this for a half hour. She said, well, what was he doing when this happened? I said, he's humping his little doggy bed. She said, it's obviously something about that bed that's exciting him. You should probably just throw it away. So after about 30 minutes, his little pink Slim Jim went back home.
Oh, thank God.
Oh.
And I did not have to take him to the emergency vet to ask, is my dog dick broke?
When it went back in, they're like, hey, you got to take him in anyway just so we can verify that it went back in. It'll be $60.
Right. So that was the next stupidest thing that happened with a dog.
Oh my gosh. That is
Was that dog neutered?
hilarious.
No.
Oh.
But look, I'm from the old school. We had plenty of dogs growing up in Harlem. Even my grandmother loved dogs. We didn't get shit fixed, not a damn thing.
Yeah.
The dogs ate greens and cornbread and fried chicken and everything.
Yeah.
And they had no Alpo. The dog probably had diabetes or high blood pressure. But they lived
Sounds like a great life.
until they got hit by a car.
Oh,
But we ain't getting no dogs fixed.
Yeah,
Why?
that's
The
no
only
point.
thing we did for dogs back then, they got a rabies shot. That's it.
Oh,
No
my
distemper,
God.
parvo, none of worms, nothing. That's it. Our dogs was always healthy. All of them. They had all their hair, all their teeth. In fact, the same damn dog had 14 teeth removed. That's another story, too.
Jesus,
What?
good God.
dog stories for days.
I was about to say, you
Now,
have all
this I
kinds
do-
of.
This I do tell in my stand-up. He had 14 teeth removed, and while he got a certificate of bravery for making it through the oral surgery, I got an $1,100 vet bill.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
God. That's
Which
so
I said,
much
how much
money.
is it to put his ass to sleep?
Yeah. It sounds terrible, but I think I would ask the same question.
I
cheaper.
know.
I'd be like, I
Like-
can't afford this shit.
Oof.
I'm
That's such a hard thing to do.
I'm getting goldfish. Maybe I shouldn't get shit anymore.
You know, like
Dog teeth are so tiny too. It's like, could you pry them out yourself?
I think parrots last like 30 years.
Yeah.
We
Parrots?
had a parrot growing up in Harlem. My grandmother had a parrot that she taught to curse.
Nice.
Ooh, that's nice.
Remember I tell you about my number running grandmama?
Mhm.
Was
Your
she-
what?
Oh yeah. On
Well, she had a parrot that
on Earprov's
yeah.
what's
Well,
that
she
show
had
called?
a parrot that
Real
would
funny.
cuss.
Real funny.
Nice. That's funny. There's all these stories from zoos and stuff about parrots. Apparently, when they're together, they start to really egg each other on and like get each other worked up and like start talking shit to people. So at a lot of zoos, they have to separate the parrots because they cause too much shenanigans and
Jesus.
are bully guests and stuff.
I went to a zoo where you had to they had locker rooms before you entered the zoo. So you could put all your stuff in lockers before
Okay.
because it was a monkey zoo and these monkeys are crazy. They would just jump out of the tree, grab your
Grab your what?
Grab your
He
dick?
froze.
Grab your dick? What is it? God damn it.
Oh, that sounds like some
Jeff.
Donald Trump shit right there. Grab what?
Yeah.
No. Is
Grab what?
Yeah,
I can hear you
Jeff.
now.
Grab your what? Grab your what?
dick. No, my brother's friend had a lollipop taken out of his mouth by a monkey at that zoo.
Oh, yeah. They love lollipops.
They jumped up to him, grabbed the stick out of his mouth, put it in his mouth, and then flew away.
Monkeys really, I gotta say, monkeys really scare me a lot.
They're cool as shit, but they're scary.
They're very human-like.
That's what I've heard
They're scary.
in anthropology class.
Do you know what humans don't like? Ads.
Ads.
Clunk.
Sir, why did you bring me this goldfish?
I was seeing if you could like save it. I think it might be pregnant or something. I don't know. It's acting weird.
Well, first of all, you took it out of the water. And second of all, this goldfish has passed away.
No, I'm pretty sure it's fine. Maybe you can just like put it in some water with some bag.
No, oh no!
Yoink! I stole your lollipop. It's me, Chaos Monkey.
Oh no, my favorite lollipop.
Oh no, Chaos Monkey stole your lollipop and your dead goldfish.
Oh my dead goldfish's name was Lollipop, by the way, if you want to know.
We were running low on time, so I decided to throw in
To
some chaos.
hijack?
No, that was good. It's time for games and segments.
Segments and games.
Oh, am I in this?
Yes. Fuck.
Marry.
Kill.
Raise.
Neglect. Fuck.
there another
marry,
one?
Kill. Raise.
I
Neglect.
feel like I'm missing one now.
Marry, kill, raise. I wrote them on a post-it note so I could remember them all.
All right, well, introduce introduce
All
it?
right, so it's time for everyone's favorite game. We're going to play a nice round of fuck, marry, kill, raise, and neglect. So, Donna, I'm going to explain the rules to you. You are our lovely contestant today.
Okay.
We are going to give you 5 options.
Mm-hmm.
You have to fuck one, marry one. You cannot fuck the one you marry.
I didn't do that anyway, but I'm supporting.
You kill one. You cannot fuck the one you kill before, after, or during the murder. You never get to fuck the one you kill. You raise one as your own flesh and blood, and you cannot fuck the one you raise. Don't be a Woody Allen. And then you neglect one. So just completely neglect. You can fuck that one. I don't care.
Yeah, we don't care about that because it's neglected.
I'm neglected by the one I fucked, so
So you have experience. All right. Okay, so fuck, marry, kill, raise, neglect. Your options are me,
Me?
Me.
yourself, and eggs.
eggs.
Go.
It's a new addition we added. We're seeing if it works.
We're playing with eggs.
We're playing with eggs.
My eggs is powdered and dried up as hell. I wouldn't I'll kill an egg since they already dead.
Yes.
Nice.
I'm menopausal, so yeah, them eggs is gone.
Okay.
All right. Easy kill, easy kill.
Nice.
Let me see. Maybe I'll marry Matt because his hair is nice.
Yes. I
He
love
does
it.
have
glorious
nice hair.
And it's been thriving in this pandemic.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that's thrived in this pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hair is begging to be cornrowed.
I think he made some deal with the devil where the more people who die, the better his hair gets.
Yeah.
And COVID's been really good for him.
What a sweet deal.
That's the best COVID conspiracy theory I've heard yet.
Let me see. Maybe I'd kill Molly because she beat me in the
You already killed the eggs.
You can't kill Bully.
You have
what I got left?
fuck, raise, and neglect left.
Oh, I'd neglect Molly because she beat me in the thing like that.
I will tell you that I voted for you to win in that last night.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Jeff voted for you, Donna, and I texted Jeff and I said, I'm going to find a new podcast co-host. And then I said, just kidding, let's get Donna on the pod.
And then I gotta fuck and what's the last one?
Fuck and raise.
Raise. Your choices are eggs.
No, eggs have been used.
No, yourself and Jeff.
Oh, yourself
Yeah,
and
it's just
Jeff. Sorry.
We
Well,
made
let me
this so
see.
complicated.
I fucked myself since that's all that's who left now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Until I find me a nice 60-year-old African American man that can match my energy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, good luck.
I don't think we'd work, Donna. Unfortunately,
What?
I don't think we would.
And then I'd
What
marry
about a
Jeff.
mother-son relationship?
And then I'd marry Jeff.
No,
You
you
already
already
married
married
Matt.
me. You gotta raise Jeff.
You gotta
I'll
raise Jeff.
raise Jeff because he looks like he needs some mothering.
I do. Honestly, I get that a lot in this podcast.
He does.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks that I need to grow up.
Jeff needs some extra help.
I do. I think I do.
He needs some
Well, you need
extra help.
Do you need a
Oh, God.
you don't need a helmet and a one big boot, do you?
I don't need that much. No.
Okay. You don't need a short yellow bus. Okay.
I don't
Okay.
need that much. I just need
Maybe
Ooh.
balanced meals.
You need a good pot of lima beans and some hot water cornbread.
No, I just need a good pot. If you just stopped after that, if you just said good pot, I'd be fine with that.
I don't know. Well, hey, a couple of more months, it might be legal anyway. I'm ready because my knees is screaming for it.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well,
All
that was fuck, marry, kill, raise, neglect.
Okay.
Fuck, marry, kill, raise, neglect with eggs. Fuck, marry, kill, raise, neglect with eggs.
Fuck, macaroni.
With with eggs.
Eggs. All right. Well, this has been honestly such a delightful episode. I
Absolutely.
have not laughed that hard at a dead dog.
Ever in my life.
Donna, what? I know you're always on Zoom doing shows and stuff. So go ahead and plug whatever projects you're working on, your social medias, all that good stuff.
Okay, you can find me, comedian Donna Lewis, on Instagram, HRLMGYRL. Just look up comedian Donna Lewis, I'll come up. And on Facebook, comedian Donna Lewis. Also follow my improv and sketch group, the only all-POC improv and sketch group in this area, Lemon Pepper and Sazon. Since we are multicultural and this is Black History Month, we are having a ratchet-ass Black History Month show full of improv and sketches to celebrate the culture of Black History Month on February the 27th at 8 o'clock. We'll be doing that, so look for that this coming Saturday, actually. So, and I'm always doing some stand-up shows all over the place. So I had plenty of them this month, and look like March is starting to fill up now too. So,
nice.
Yeah,
that's great. All right, well, thank you so much, Donna. Final question: did we ruin your life?
Nah, my ex-husband did that already.
Oh.
Well, let's kill him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to catch no charges.
Okay, you're right.
I've been divorced a long time. I'm over it, but I still hate his ass.
Okay, we're not going to kill him. Wink.
We won't do it.
Wink.
All right, everyone. This has been another whirlwind episode of How Embarrassing. And to all the little worms out there,
Keep
wiggling.
Thanks so much for listening to How Embarrassing Podcast with Molly and Jeff at Go On Production. If you have an embarrassing story and you'd like to be on How Embarrassing Podcast, then send us an email at howembarrassingpodcast@gmail.com.
Eggs.
I can't remember why we call them worms.